For our 5.1 video notes, we are going to be discussing what is a ratio. So a ratio is a comparison of two quantities. So quantities, I didn't spell that right. So the word quantities means a number. So we are comparing two numbers here, a comparison of two quantities. So an example says for every 1 cup of flour, you need 2 cups of sugar. So we're comparing 1 cup of flour, 2 cups of sugar. What is the ratio of flour to sugar? Now it's important to notice that it asks for flour first and sugar second. We have to list them in the order it asked. If it asked for sugar to flour, we would list sugar first and then flour. This one says flour first, sugar second. So we have 1 cup of flour, 2 cups of sugar. So every time we write this problem, we should be putting the 1 first and the 2 second. So there are 3 ways you can write a ratio. So the first one is we can just write 1, let me put that where you can see that. So we can put 1, 2, 2. 1, the word 2 to 2. 1 to 2 is the first way, is you can just write it with the word 2. The second way you can write it is with a colon, is comparing 1 to 2. And the third way is as a fraction, right? You can also write it 1 to 2. Either way, it means the same thing. So here are 3 ways that you can write a ratio: with the word 2, with a colon, or as a fraction. So really, a ratio, my favorite way to write a ratio is as a fraction. A ratio is just a fraction. So we are going to be making equivalent ratios. We're going to be simplifying them. It's just like a fraction. We're going to take the fraction, do the same thing to the numerator and the denominator. So we can compare fractions a few ways, right? You can write it 3 ways. We can also compare different parts of it. So you can compare a part of the thing to another part, right? We had part of the recipe needed flour, part of the recipe needed sugar. Those were the 2 parts we were comparing. You can also compare a part to the total. We needed this part of it, but these were all of the ingredients that we needed. So you have to pay attention to what is the problem asking you. So this one says, in a bag, there are 4 red marbles. So we have 4 red, and we have 6 blue marbles. Red, blue. We've got to pay attention to what is it asking. So we're going to compare 4 different things: red to blue, blue to red, blue to the total, and red to the total. We have to get them in the right order. So first, this one wants red. How many are red? 4. And I'm going to write them as a fraction. Out of the blue is 6. 4 compared to 6. And it has to go in the right order, right? I can write it sideways. I could say 4 to 6. I could say 4 to 6. Ways to write the same problem. Hey, this time it wants us to compare the blue ones first. How many are blue? Well, 6 are blue. How many are red? Comes second. There are 4 that are red. Right? I could write it as a fraction. 6 compared to 4. Now this time we want blue first. Blue has 6. And it wants us to compare the total of the marbles. 6 red, 4 blue. Putting them together gives us 10 total marbles. 6 out of the 10 are blue, right? 6/10 are blue. Now it wants red first. We have 4 red to the total. Again, 4 red, 6 blue. Putting that together, total is 10. 4/10 of the marbles are blue. So order matters. You have to put them in the order that the problem asks for. If it asks for blue to total and you write 4 compared to 6, that's going to be wrong. That was red to blue. You have to put them in the order that it asks for. And when we're doing the total, we're just, boom, putting them all together, adding those together. So go ahead and finish up your notes, and you are done with your 5.1 notes.